Yo guys, what is happening? More Multiple Games, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Build a City series. We're here back in our New York themed city in front of the fire station that we put together last episode. Was pretty happy with how this build turned out, and I think a lot of you guys were too. And there were a couple of really cool suggestions made for some builds I can do in the future, and I'm excited to start on those. However, that's not what I'm going to be working on today. Today we're going to be putting in an office building in this corner lot right here. I know it's been a lot of office buildings, but this is kind of the whole idea of the city, right? It's going to be packed with a bunch of office buildings. We'll get to that just in a second here. Unfortunately, I haven't had too much time to work on anything. Obviously, we got the office building that we put up a couple episodes back, and that fire station and whatnot. But just look at this city. I mean, take a second here, guys. We've been in this for now only a couple weeks. It's coming a pretty long way. We've got obviously the Grand Central Station done, which is just parked down here at the end of the road. Well, I guess it's not parked. You know, that's a figure of speech, but it's just down there at the end of the street. And then we got these, these modern condominiums, which are kind of the first take on the apartment life and the condominium life that's going to be, present in the city. Additionally, we've got, just a whole bunch of office buildings, these cool little flats you could live in. We've got a whole bunch more office buildings, just tons of them. Wow. I mean, and it's getting pretty detailed here. I'm pretty pumped. This is some very traditional New York looking builds over here, and I'm really happy with how this section of the city is looking out. Man, it's just turning out really good. So I'm pretty excited about it. The old hotel here, everything. It's just a lot of fun, and I'm just so pumped for this series. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Anyway, with the weird chunks not loading, I think it's because of the new update. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's just continue though with what we're doing today. Today I want to build a nice looking base, a pretty large one to be honest here. That's going to house this whole thing, and it's going to do something kind of interesting here. In fact, let's not use cyan because we just use that. Let's pick out a different block here. You know what? I think I'm going to go with some sandstone on this one. Haven't used this block in a little while. I don't even think if we've used it yet in this city. Have we? Oh, no, we have over there with that building right there. But I want to do a larger scale sandstone kind of based building where it's going to be a decent sized office tower. Nothing too large, but it is going to be a nice little size here. And we're going to be doing these 5 wide windows going down on the block here. So there's 5 there. We'll go an additional 5 here, an additional 5 there, an additional 5 there, an additional 5 there, and quite possibly an additional 5 there with this being a walkway. In fact, yeah, we're going to do that for sure. That means we're going to need an additional 5 there, and so forth. I'm going to go along here and just fit it to as best as I can to the block here. I think that's pretty much what we're going for there. We might end it there. Can we go an additional 5? We could get away with it actually and bump it up to this building. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. So let me just double check all my measurements here. Yep, we look good. And I'm going to go ahead and complete the square here. Okay, we are going to make a slight modification in this corner. You wouldn't have to do this if this was if you're building this in your world, but we are going to do it here in this case because we have this hotel to accommodate for, which bumps out here. Anyway, this is going to be right up against this build, which is okay because we're just going to modify in the future here to properly fit in. We're going to get rid of this windows and whatever has to happen. Anyway, we're going up to this height with it, and then at that point I want to start something a little bit more traditional. In fact, we might even do it right here. Yeah, we're going to start the traditional thing right here. What I want to do is I want to bring it in one on each one of these sections, which are going to be 3 wide sections that will be entrances and or windows. And the whole concept here is these are just going to be arches. It's kind of taking that theme of the Grand Central Station that we did and kind of putting it into here. Only reason for that is because I really liked how that turned out, and I think it could look cool in an office kind of building style. So let's see here. What do we want? We want maybe some sandstone. What do we got for sandstone stairs? Let's see. This is kind of what I'm looking for, the smooth ones. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do that there. Oh, not like that, actually. We could go like that. Let me play around with a couple designs here. I'm pretty happy with that design right there. Nice and simple, easy to kind of transfer amongst all these windows. And it still has a nice little design aspect to it, which gives it some good detail. So I'm going to leave it at that with the addition of maybe a little section up here that is just 1 block high that kind of connects all these and has a ring that goes around it like so. But then it also has maybe some little bits of detail in here. So I'm not sure how exactly we want to go about doing that. But if we add something like that and then like this with a little light in there or something, I'm not sure exactly how we want to do this, but I think this could look kind of cool. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. And if we go to night, we can kind of see here. Let's go a little bit later there. And I have night vision on actually, so that's not going to work. Let's clear that and let's see. Yeah, it does transmit or emit a little bit of light there, which is cool. And I definitely like the look of that. Let's clone this now and clone it onto all these parts. And then we will go ahead here and paste it all on each side of the building. Okay, unfortunately, it appears that I messed something up here, and I'm not sure what I did, but I didn't grab the right blocks or something. Let me give this another shot here and see if I can fix it. All right, let's give this another attempt right here. Is that going to work? Oh, I pasted it one block far over. Okay, let's go one more over this way and see if I can get this thing to line up. There we go. We made it happen. Let's get this column coming out like so. And I'm not sure even what's going on up here. Yeah, no, that's correct, actually, I think. And now that should all line up properly. Yep, that looks good. So here's the deal. This is what has to be put into every single window here. And since, you know, just for the sake of time and everything, I want to get onto the building itself. These are both missing window panes. I'm just going to go ahead and clone it all, finish the entire base of this building, and then we will move on to what the actual building on top is going to be, just so we don't waste any time in the episode. One more look at the design, though. That's if you need to pause it and kind of copy it if you're doing the same sort of thing. There it is right there. And I'm going to move on, just go ahead and paste those into every single section here of the building. Alright guys, so I finished up a pretty basic base here. We've got all the glowstone here in the top. We've got this nice little arch design going on here with the windows. And then this nice little kind of front foyer area. It's got this cool little glowstone pattern going on in the ceiling. Basically, I just inset it by one using these stairs. And then I ran the slabs along it. And I had the glowstone set back one block as well. On these arches, on the exterior ones, I did the glowstone pattern on the top here, and then I just did a regular pattern on the inside here. I think it turned out overall looking pretty good. And then the back walls, I just actually left as cut sandstone. Didn't do anything with them because you're not going to see them. So that's that. The only thing I can do is actually just pull this line across here and probably run it around back until we run into something. But that's about it. That's going to be it for the base. I want the backs to be solid sandstone, so we actually have somewhere to, you know, put some logos, put some desks, and, you know, the back of the, I don't know, the back of whatever this will be. I believe it's an office building. I know I said office building at the beginning of the video. I think I still want to make it an office building. So anyway, let's go ahead here. I want to grab some clay. Actually, let's not grab clay. Let's grab this smooth stone. And we're going to go ahead and use this out here. Now, I want to step in here about 5 blocks. Yeah, right there is perfect, actually. And on this side, I'll do the exact same kind of thing, maybe. Although this might be too far back. No, that should work. All right, so the tower is supposed to be 4 blocks, or 4 of these 3 wide sections. So they're just basically 3 wide sections split up by cut sandstone with these stone pillars on the outside by 6 of them. I'm not sure if we'll be able to fit all 6 of them here, but that's okay if we can't. Let's see what we can fit, and we'll just go with that. We might be able to fit 5. We should be able to fit 6 technically, but you know what? We'll just go with, yeah, that's 6. Perfect. We might not be able to fit it on the back side. No, it looks like we'll be able to. We might have to make some adjustments here, but we should be all good to go. So let's go ahead and get this all laid out here. Then we're going to add middle pillars here on the inside of these windows. But this is going to be it for that. This stones can go right there. Then we're going along again on this side. So we're going to go up the 4 blocks here on each one of these corner pillars. And that should help out there a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to split these sections up by these, 1 wide window sections. And then each one of those, we're just going to add a very simple little stair design here, which I think I'm actually going to do out of something else. Maybe we'll do them out of stone brick just to change things up a little bit. And I want them to face down so you can actually see them here when you're looking at the building from the ground. Don't know why I got rid of both of those. Okay, so they're going to look something like this, facing down, going along the building like so. We're going to do that on all 4 sides. Then we're going to fill in the black stained glass going on the inside of each one of those sections. Pretty straightforward design, but I think with the whole design of the base and the height and width of this building, the entirety of the dimensions, everything, I think it should turn out looking pretty cool and pretty kind of classic New York style building. So we'll see how it turns out. Obviously, it's a little bit of a smaller building for the lot that it's on. However, I did want to really experiment with a larger base here to fill in the space, by the road. So I think this should work out pretty well. And let me go ahead now and add in all of those stone, what are these called? The stone brick stairs, and we'll see how it looks. Just like that, already looking pretty good. What I want to do now, whoops, don't want the iron ore, but anyway, we'll go ahead here and fill in on the inside light gray concrete going on either side. And then we'll go light gray concrete. This will be the floor for each unit or for each building or floor, sorry. Light gray concrete, come on, here we go. There we go. And then what we're going to do is add in the black stained glass. Now, for those of you guys who don't know how I do it, I just do it like this. I grab each corner, and then I go ahead and fill in these layers with the black stained glass. So black stained glass. And then keep, of course, because you want to keep in all those pillars that you just put up. And I just go on the inside, and I just fill it with air, and that will put in all the glass for us without us having to place it, which is awesome. Then a couple torches for some nice lighting touches at night. I'm not going to do an interior because that's not what we do in this series. However, that is pretty much going to do it for this build. Now we just got to clone it up and see how it looks. But you can see there's a good amount of detail going on the outside of it here. and it will look pretty good. We're going to go a little bit higher than this hotel, probably somewhere in between this building and this building right here, and that will kind of be the height that we're going for, although it's not a super big building, so I'm not sure how big I'll be able to get, but we'll see here. We're just going to kind of look it out, and we'll make a decision based on that. Yeah, so that's what we got so far. I'm going to go obviously a little bit bigger to just kind of make it, I don't know, scale it up a little bit because it is such a big base, and it feels like it should be a lot taller, even though the building isn't necessarily the biggest. But anyway, we'll make it a little bit bigger than this blue building over here, and then I think that will do just fine for this build. In fact, we might just make it around the same height, honestly, because that's about where it should probably be. Not much taller than that, I couldn't imagine. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? That height's fine right there, actually. If we just cap it off, I think that's actually going to be just fine for our purposes here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along here and add in the sandstone, the cut sandstone on the roof. I'll go ahead and add an additional layer of, whoa, don't do that yet. An additional layer of sandstone stairs, though, that go along on the outside, just like so. And this should pretty much finish up the building here, making it look pretty acceptable. And I think it will end up looking really cool. We're going to go ahead here in a second and take a look at it from afar. See what we think. Oh yeah, looking pretty cool. All right, I like that actually. It's nice and simple design, nice and traditional though, and I think it definitely fits into the old style of the city. And yeah, the archways here look really cool. I like it from this view, especially. You can see kind of the main entrance area and where you would be entering that building. So really like it. And overall in the skyline, I think it does well. It's not too tall, not too little. And it just beats that hotel there, which is awesome, and it stays under that building. So, yeah, actually, really happy with that, how it turned out, and I'm liking the look of it. Oh, we did, oh no, we used sandstone on these ones. Yeah, and then the stone brick roof. But, yeah, pretty happy with that one, and the base, I think, just adds a ton of detail. Can't wait to add, some interior designs to that base. I might do a couple little stores here and whatnot, but I think for the most part, it's just going to be a major lobby for this office tower. So there we go. That's pretty much going to do it. So yeah, if you guys have any more suggestions for builds that you'd like to see built on the city, that would be awesome. I'd love to hear them, and I'll be definitely getting around to some of the ones that were suggested last time, building those, and I'm excited about them. In addition to that, we're still looking for a city name, so if you got one, leave it down below, and I'll take a look at it. And yeah, with that, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to go below, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.